Hello to everybody out there watching today. Welcome back to our second episode of Dab Sports, where we're a predominantly Panther podcast. Matter of fact, the fastest growing podcast in the world. Please like, comment, subscribe. We up to 21 of them. Big thanks. But yeah, we got me, Demetrius. We got Mr. Brandon over here. And we got Mr. Adam, aka I look like Steph in the dark. But hey, fellas, we coming off a hard, tough fault loss that I predicted correctly. Go back to episode 1. But I would like to get y'all guys' opinion on what y'all saw, what y'all think. Was you satisfied with what you saw? Dissatisfied? Take it away from there.
Disappointment. That's what I saw. The product we put on the field on Sunday was very disappointing. I expected us to win if we rolled the tape. I did predict us to win, but to lose the way we did lose was very disappointing. We were banged up though. We lost about 60% of our defense going into that game. We were banged up and weren't healthy. I gotta ask y'all, does anybody know who the fuck is Charles Harris? Number 40? I don't know who that guy is. I have no clue. We got guys out here playing who didn't even make the practice squad on the team, but I mean, you're only as good as your availability. So right now we're just banged up ball club. I mean, we walked in there banged up. We left even more banged up. We lost Corbett for the season. Clowney's hurt. He got a shoulder. Leggett got a shoulder. Moulton's out. I mean, it's just all bad for us right now, fellas.
The defense is in shambles. The injuries have been the biggest thing. That was the biggest takeaway from the game. I mean, we talked about it going. It's crazy because we talked about our deficiencies or whatever, and then we still predicted us to win. So y'all won't catch me slipping this week.
As the person who predicted 35-10 and we lost 36-10, which means I'm the smartest person up here. Lucky, bro. Okay. Andy is who Andy is. And Andy was a cup of ice water on a hot summer day. And it was like the first time he came, he's like, oh man, this is so refreshing. And then you drink water the next day, like, hey, I kind of want something a little better. And that's what Andy is like. Andy was just not Bryce. So we kind of elevated him a little bit to be this, decent starting quarterback when really he's a backup. So I think we're going to see a lot more of that. I don't know how many games y'all got us winning, but I don't see us winning more than 3 games. And with the defense falling completely apart, it's going to be real tough for us to stop people. And in our division, we have 3 offenses that can score points. So, I just think it's going to be a long day.
You're putting this loss on Andy?
No. I don't put the loss on Andy because I didn't expect more from Andy. Like, when we did the last pod, I said 10 points. Like, I truly believe he won't go and score more than 10 points. And to me, that's a Andy Dalton offense combined with there's nothing elite around him. And that's which we talk future point. Like, I think that's our biggest problem. Like, we do not have a elite unit anywhere on our team.
We don't have an elite skill position group, let alone elite unit.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make an argument our special teams maybe. Like,
they're not elite.
Last year's okay.
They're definitely not elite, and we miss tackles everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's special teams and defense.
Well, I would say take away special teams. Our kicking, like we have a good kicker.
He just missed one on Sunday.
Okay,
it's not the week to Kate for Eddie.
I understand that.
And he said he was gonna have the best season of his career. For holding out, the motherfucker should.
The kicker held out.
You know what I mean? I don't want to hear nothing about Eddie.
He ain't Justin Tucker.
He's not a bright spot.
Tucker done missed way more than him this season.
Eddie's not a bright spot. So I mean,
but that says more about the Panthers, where there's an argument he is the bright spot because of how
Chuba is definitely our running back room has definitely been the bright spot as a whole. I feel like Miles taking the role that he has, where he went from playing on a championship contender. Come in here, signing for a big deal, thinking he was going to be the number 1. Chuba beat him out, and them dudes got good chemistry. You don't ever see him pouting or nothing. Chuba's a good back. I said it last week. I mean, y'all agree with me and everything, but Chuba's a good back. That's probably the best spot of our team. When we are running the football well, because I feel like our O-line ain't trash. Andy won't really get in. Cats still don't get open consistently. So Andy was holding the ball at times, but there was clean pockets, bro, on Sunday. So I feel like our line and our running game is still solid. But, if you're waiting on just Deontay, that's why I told y'all just Adam Thielen alone being out was going to hurt our lineup. Leggett is good, but you cannot rely on a rookie every week. You know what I mean? Whereas Adam Thielen, I feel like he's our best possession receiver besides Deontay. Because Deontay, when games get tight, or if they can they know we are in a passing situation, they're gonna key on Deontay, and the other dudes cannot win consistently.
The skill sets are a little different anyway. So
yeah, I mean, you need both of them for real though in this offense that we're running. And I think when Adam Thielen gets back, we'll look better. We still gonna suck, but we'll look better.
So the line, I agree with that point. I don't feel like the line has been a problem this season at all. Going into the year, it was last year. The year before that, we thought we had a bright spot. I don't know what happened. We regressed last season, but now having the line, we spent a lot of money on them, rightfully so. They're playing a lot better, but has been clean pockets. We've been able to run the ball. Yeah. We have been able to run the ball.
Running game is back.
Yeah, but it's just not enough, We're still a long way. Like we're
of course
we're like 3 or 4 pieces away from being 3 or 4 pieces away.
But we looking for any bright spots to build off of. Our defense, when you look at the defensive unit, we can't even at this point. It's hard to grade them again because we're missing so much at the middle, right? So you don't got Brown. We don't got our best defensive player. We don't got Shaq in the middle. We're relying on JC, who he's only one man out there.
Joey Jewell, missing him.
Yeah, I just feel like the defense, I was looking at it like they could be formidable. And the running game, that's our only key to winning any game, is if we can run the football, basically stay ahead of the chains, but run the football and then play stout enough defense where we can, stay in the game. Because
win the possession game.
If we get down by 2 scores, we can't come back.
We got to win the possession game. Yeah. And like you said, Spade, we're 3 or 4 pieces away from 3 or 4 pieces, which is why I'm wearing the hat, tanking for Travis. I'm with it. We're tanking for Travis.
That's why you got the hat on.
That's why I got the hat on. I didn't come in here with this hat, ladies and gentlemen. I switched it up right before the pod. And this is why, because we're tanking for Travis. Prime. I know you're not hard to find, and we not either. We in Charlotte, North Carolina. We want Travis. Shador, cool, we'll take him. We want Travis, though. Other side of JC Horn.
I am completely on board.
I'm completely the opposite. I'd much rather, if we got a top 2 or 3 pick, trade down, get extra picks. Like we are, like I said,
You're not a good GM. We know this. We know this. You're not a good GM. Fantasy, in real life, nothing. So we're not going to take his word for it.
We don't really have to speak on fantasy, but I am the reigning champ in our league. Just facts.
You win last year?
Yeah, I did.
I just won a national championship on NCAA. But I got 5, 6 rings. So if we're talking about championship caliber coach, it might be me over here.
But I'm just saying, we have so many holes that us stockpiling picks would be, but I think the better asset. And when you look at the quarterback draft class, maybe a tad bit better the following year with Arch, baby Pat Mahomes at Nebraska. Like,
but you got to think, us getting Travis is not going to stop us from being able to get one of them dudes.
Yeah.
Because like you said, we're not one player away. But being able to secure Travis while we build up our team, that's huge, bro.
He could immediately be the best player on offense and defense.
He'll immediately be the best player on our team for sure.
But like, if you tell me I can have Travis do what Travis do, or they come out of this with a in rusher and a tackle, I'd rather have that. It's just more impactful to win it. No, a left or right tackle, like a outside left or right tackle on offense.
But the line ain't really the problem.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it ain't the problem, but it ain't.
Center, we could take a center, if anything, on the line.
For most of the time, when a young rookie quarterback succeeds, like having them behind not a okay O-line, like a top 10 O-line. Like we've seen, going to the Cowgirls with Dak, like when those quarterbacks come into those great situations, like they can overachieve. And
I just feel like we're at a position. My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off, Carter, but I just feel like we're still at a position draft wise, like I said, best available. If there is it just depends on where we're picking in the draft. I can't say that we just need to move down just for the sake of moving down. If there is an impact player who you just can't pass up on, I do believe there's a couple of them out there.
But okay, all right. So let's say we get the number 1 pick and we get a haul similar to the one we gave up, where we're getting the first round pick. You go down to like 10, you get a DJ Moore type player. No, it don't have to be a receiver, but a borderline superstar.
Depending on the package, I wouldn't be against
you can't
it.
tell
I'm not
me
saying I wouldn't be against it. I'm just saying if we're talking about it, the reason that Chicago did that is because there wasn't a Travis Hunter in the draft. There was a Bryce Young, and nobody really foresaw CJ doing this. So I'm just saying, if you got a Travis in the draft, or obviously nobody feels crazy about the quarterbacks coming out, or if there's a hog molly, a O lineman that is just blowing everybody away, he's getting all the awards, that type of thing, and you got to get him. I would probably use that pick. I mean, honestly.
Well, I mean, well, go ahead.
No, I was saying depth is an issue in itself. That's really what shows the malpractice in the general manager prior to this. Yeah. Because if we had any kind of depth, and I'm not saying, of course, first round picks, there are a lot of times those are easier to predict. Like the way the board falls, a lot of those players are going to hit. It's the fact that we don't have anybody in positions for now for injuries. Yeah. We don't have none of our third round picks have panned out. Right. 4th round, 5th round, 6th round picks.
And people gonna get hurt.
Yeah, people gonna get hurt. So the fact that right now we have players on the roster who have to play, who are coming in 1 week and have to start on Sunday to play, who haven't even been on the NFL roster, and shows us that we had no depth. So that just shows how inadequate the GM prior to this was. So I'm just hoping Dan can get in there, change the culture, change it around, get us some depth, get us some identity. Because if we don't have any depth, we're going to run into this every year. I mean, it's an 18-week season. Players are going to naturally get banged up every season. So we can't keep going through this every year. You know what I'm saying? Right now, thank God JC Horn's hurt, but for how long? We only in week 5, week 6, we can guarantee him Book he's going to get hurt too. So now we don't got any top corners at all. So we got to get some depth in there. I still would, like you said, though, I still keep the pick because, I mean, it's a Travis Hunter in there, but we just, whatever we need to do, we need to get more picks somehow, some way. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you going back to the game, you brought up the drop watermelon getting a few series. How do y'all feel about the way he played?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, what do you mean the drop watermelon?
When you drop a watermelon, what do it do?
That's why I was quiet. I didn't know.
What are you asking, bro?
When you drop a watermelon, what do it do? It busts. Did Bryce Young not get snaps?
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Man, I turned the game off, bro. Like once we went down,
I seen it. I just think at that point in time, it's hard to. He looked good, but the defense knows they're not about to lose. You know what I mean? They're just not trying to let you score. They'll let you get big plays, and it was a scramble play. So I like
that one play.
Yeah, I like that awareness on that play. I mean, it looked good, but I've seen Zach Wilson do that. Honestly, I'm just being honest.
They made it. Pens made me mad on Sunday. I'm not gonna lie. I turned it right off.
We're not a good team. The wings
it was tough
good.
to watch.
The wings was good.
What flavor you get this time?
Lemon
the fans
pepper.
did want to know in the comments.
I got lemon pepper. I went to Wingstop, so I got the lemon pepper and the Louisiana rub.
My favorites. Those are 2 of my favorites. That's my go-to.
So
I go to on that one.
So, fellas, if you was to give an award out to anybody, who impressed you the most?
Nobody.
If
I had to, I'd give it to Chuba. Like I told you, that's been the one shining part of our offense. I feel like he is a good piece to a good offense. If we had some more pieces to go with a good quarterback, maybe another receiver, Chuba, you wouldn't be looking like, we need to replace him. If he was over in San Francisco right now, he'd be putting up 150 yards a game. You know what I'm saying? He's a good back. So I'd give him the award for this week, even though he don't deserve shit.
I was gonna give it to Trevor Wallace. I feel like that first game with the dot calling the defense. I mean, we gave up 36 points.
You're not gonna sell me on.
He had double-digit tackles. You know what I'm saying? The man was our 3rd round pick. he wasn't supposed. This is why. As I said, this is why I feel the way I feel, because he wasn't supposed to be starting yet. He wasn't supposed to have the keys to the defense yet. For him to have to go in there, have to get real reps.
Award, he don't get the most valuable Panther. Like
for that week, yeah. I mean, he came out there, he showed up. He had about 15 tackles. I mean, who else is doing that? 15 tackles NFL debut. He had a lot on this play at the beginning of the season.
My argument for the most valuable player for this week being Chuba over him is, I get what you're saying in terms of he had 15 tackles, but it's not like his tackle stopped us from getting blown out. Whereas if Chuba didn't score, we might not have scored. So
if he didn't get them tackles, they might have 63.
I don't know, bro.
My MVP is obvious. It's Bryce Young. We gave up Caleb and DJ Moore for him. What's more valuable than that? They torched us like I told you they would. DJ Moore showed like, hey, put me with a quarterback who can throw where I'm going to be. He can do all right. So
DJ Moore has been killing though. He's been putting up stats. You know,
yeah,
he put up for anybody.
But that's the best quarterback we've ever seen him play with.
I was glad to see DJ Moore go. That's just me though. I wasn't a big fan of him.
I don't know why you used to feel that way.
He dropped a lot of passes to me, and he didn't really feel like he showed up in big games like he did. And he would drop a lot of big passes in big games.
When did he play in a big game in Carolina?
Well, he just means like high intense game.
Just high intense game. Like, he went back to Philly, went at home.
That one Falcons win when he took off his helmet, that was like the one big catch I remember from him.
Yeah, so
you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I mean, going back to the game, it was tough because we still got 13 more games of this, right? Or no. How many we got? We got 12 more, right?
Yeah.
We got 12 more games. I think we all on the same page that we hoping to get to the 3-game win mark, but New England is trying to outbeat us for top pick. You know what I'm saying?
And they don't need a quarterback. They need
that's
weapons.
What I'm saying.
So they'll get Travis.
That's what I'm saying. So we gotta. I mean, I'm trying to figure out the right way to word this because I don't want our 21, subscribers to be mad at me. I am Team Panthers, but at the same time, yeah, I mean, we need Travis. I hope they understand that.
For Travis.
Like I said, I disagree. But speaking in the future, we got this week coming up. A tough game. I think the eventual 1 seed of the NFC, the Falcons. Yeah. What do y'all expect for this game? What score do you have?
I'm surprised, y'all, man.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm expecting a shootout. I just play. I'm not expecting a shootout. I think it will start off early, a little back and forth, but Falcons got a good defense, bro. So I think it's going to be very, very similar. I think this is where I'm at with this team. You remember when we started off 1-3 and I think we ended off 12-4.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We beat a team. I think it was New York, the Giants, right before our bye week. They interviewed Ted Ginn. Ted Ginn said, "We know who we are." And from that, we beat them like 30-10. After that, every game it was like 38-13, 27-8. You know what I'm saying? It's like we was gonna drop 30, other team was gonna score 10. We're the opposite team now. We know who we are now. Okay, we're the team that's gonna have 7-10, and anybody who plays us that has a good offense is gonna probably drop somewhere between 25-30. So that's what I'm prepared for.
What do you have, Mr. Brandon?
I have us losing, taking for Travis. I think we're actually going to kind of probably I'll say 17-31, and I think it's going to get away from us a little bit, probably second half. The Falcons just a better team, and we don't have anybody capable on defense to stop them at all. And then if first 2-3 drives, if we don't get anything going, if we really can't get that play action pass game going, they can get ugly real quick. But I'm thinking that they don't really have, not really worried about their linebackers too much. I think the Falcons will beat us, but at the same time, I think if we get this play action pass going, we get the run game going, we can feed off of that. We can put up about 17 points. I guess about 17 points.
So I'm going to really surprise y'all. I got us winning 27-24. I think at the end of the day, the same way Andy is Andy, Kirk is Kirk. Kirk just had for his standards, an unbelievable game, primetime game. I think he comes down a little bit. I think they look past us a little bit and kind of come out sleeping. And if Andy Dalton can, give us remotely what he gave us against the Raiders, I think we can put up points. I think their defense is cool, but it ain't world beaters. And if Andy can get hot, I can see us winning 27-24, or it's going to be another, 30-something to
If
7.
Andy can get hot.
See, I'm just worried because I don't know if he's gonna get hot because you got Judon on the side, on the other side, on the right side, where we're losing our right tackle. Moton's out, and Moton's been consistent as far as he snapped his record for snaps for about 2 or 3 seasons straight last week when he got hurt. So losing that right tackle is gonna be a big loss, especially Judon coming off that edge. He wants to get paid. Then with that, you got AJ Terrell on the other side. And he just got paid. AJ Terrell doesn't really, if you look at the stats, he doesn't really equal turnovers a lot, but he can still lock your receiver up. Yeah, not a corner.
Oh, okay.
He can still, but we talking safety. They got Bates too. They got Jesse Bates.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So they're really stout on every level, minus linebacker. So that's the only thing. And you got to think about they got a defensive coach with Raheem Morris. So man, it can get ugly for the boys real quick. I hope not.
How do we play them last year? Y'all remember? I feel like we played them pretty close, right? Because they weren't that good last year.
Yeah, it was close.
Bijan
But
got off
one of the games did get out of, one of those games got out of hand.
We lost the first game.
Yeah,
and we lost the first game in Atlanta because that was our very first game, and I think we won because I think we won that. We won them we beat them at home because that's when they were selling them $7 tickets because it was raining. Remember, it was raining that night.
Yeah, I mean, I get what your point about Kirk. Game. I don't think this team is going to look past us because Kirk is coming off of injury, and I think each week they're looking to build because he knows he's behind the 8 ball. So I think he's going to be sharp. Their team has not been good, so it's not like they're brimming with a whole bunch of, like trying to, like what Aaron Rodgers say. Let's make sure we can handle the success.
Yeah.
I mean, the Falcons are barely over 500, aren't they? 3-2.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
but they coming on.
Yeah.
They still trying to find their way. So. I don't know, man. I don't think they're gonna look past this. And honestly, at this point, each week asking me what my prediction is gonna be. It's gonna be a waste of time.
So, what score do you have, Adam?
Let's see. This week I'll go 31-7.
What about you, Brandon?
I had 31-17.
Okay, both Falcons winning.
Yeah.
All right, I got Panthers 27-24. Is there anything else y'all fellas would like to add before we wrap this episode 2 up of the fastest growing Panther podcast in the world?
That's it, man. Let's
follow, subscribe.
Let's try to survive the week.
All right, guys. We appreciate y'all for tuning us in. Either morning, noon, night. Look again, look twice, like it, comment it, subscribe it, share it too.
Tank for Travis, Prime,
or tank and then trade it and get more picks. But y'all have a blessed evening or morning.
We ain't hard to find. Tank for Travis.
Y'all are crazy.